Good night, Rogata. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Sports Scene. I hope your week has gone well. My week has gone well, I think, so far. I got the jab, see? Yeah. So,
well done.
Yeah.
Well
second jab. I'm surviving.
Yeah. Nothing wrong.
Yes.
Nothing.
Important to get the vaccine. Yeah. It's a personal choice.
Yeah.
To protect yourself and especially the people around you. And for us who move around often and meet people, mix with people, it's important to, protect people as well. Think of your community first. So I think that's the reason why I got the jab.
Very good.
Have you taken the
No,
jab?
I actually haven't. I have. It's not that I don't truly understand all the information.
Yeah.
It's just that I just haven't gone around to it.
Yeah.
It's a terrible excuse, really.
I know.
I mean, actually, my
I'm not judging you.
my sisters have got it, but yeah, I just need to front up.
Yes,
That's all
of course. I'm sure you will eventually. All right. So, look, before we carry on with the show, Andrew Fifita.
Yes.
Was induced? The coma was induced, and I'm like, what the? And I went online. Pardon me. Yeah. So apparently he got hit here.
Yeah.
And then some sort of swelling started, and the coma was induced, and I'm sure he's on his way to recovery.
Well, the latest is basically what happened was he got hit accidentally here in the second half.
Yeah.
He went on and played.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
He then went and had a shower, and then he put on his gear to go back home, and it was then that the swelling came up, and then he just really he couldn't breathe. There was a lock there, and he was so scared of his life. He thought that was it.
Yeah.
Luckily, I mean, I was in Australia, so I'll get us something stop. So, just as well.
Yeah.
Got into an induced coma on Sunday, Monday operation.
Yeah.
As of today, he's recovering, and they said he'll make a full recovery.
Speaking of close calls, we almost lost to your team.
Jeez.
Very close call there. Roosters came out on top, 21 points to 20. So that's still a win, as Lawrence normally say every week. Yes, that has been my week this week.
I can't believe it.
We'll just carry on so Lawrence can go through the scoreline quickly and repeat the scores again. On the show tonight, we have PNG FA competition director joining us on set to discuss some of the latest happenings in the NSL competition and more. And we have the Hunters coach again joining us to talk about the lockdown that's still ongoing and the Hunters still having to wait for the next game.
Yeah.
So that's what's coming up on the show. Lawrence,
no worries.
Quickly run through the scoreline.
Thank you, Dini. Let's have a look at the NRL, the scoreline. If you missed it last week, these were the games. Storms 26 over the Raiders 16. Raiders scored first in the first half and the second half, but still lost there. Panthers 34, big win over the Dragons. And there you go, the Roosters. 21 over the Broncos 20. Man, I had some good money on that team too, and I lost. But anyway, Rabbitohs 36 over the Titans 6. And as we flick over the page, West Tigers 24 over the Cowboys 16. Sea Eagles absolutely demoralized Parramatta Eels 56-10. Warriors 24 over the Bulldogs 10. And the Knights in a close game against the Sharks there. We talked about Fifita. Knights 16 over the Sharks 14. Now this is what it looks like in the letter. Now the Storms play the Raiders this week. In fact, they play tonight, and if they win, they'll be the first team to get 19 wins in a row. Massive achievement. Panthers and Rabbitohs, they play each other, as we said. The Titans, right, rounding up the top 8 there. Seagulls, Roosters, Eels, and Knights. So that's the top 8 of the NRL. Do we really need to see the bottom 8? I mean, anyway, Raiders are there and thereabouts. Broncos are second last. At least we're not last. I mean, that's the main thing, I guess. We've improved from last year.
Anything could happen.
We improved from last year.
Anything could happen. It's like they're fighting for the spot still, and we are at the back end of the season, and they're fighting for the last spot with the Bulldogs.
All right. I mean,
y'all need to change teams.
No, we're fine. We It's like married, huh? Through good times and bad times. So you're married to that.
Preach. Okay, moving on.
Yeah,
There's
that's
Digital Cup.
Yep, that's the NRL. The Digicel scoreline for us. This is the last game of our proper season. Gurias and the Milks. One of them had to win. Whichever one won, they made the top 6. So Gurias 26 over the Milks, 4 there. Mount Hagen Eagles 26 over the Central Dabaris 12, and the Tigers securing the minor premiership with a 22-18 win over the Kimber Cutters. But that was all because, as you can see there at the end there, Muruks lost to the Vipers 6-0. Had the Muruks won, then it would have been a different story in the premiership table. Lahani's 22 over my Gulf Isos, the boys 22-16. We tried to end off on a high note, but unfortunately it didn't. And the Tumbes, surprising, but probably not to them, 18 over the Hello Wigman on 14. So those are the games of round 11, the last games. And after that, this is what it looks like now. The Tigers are on top, Muruks, Tumbe, and then the Vipers. I think the Vipers are really looking good to take it out. And then Wigman and Gurias. So, all right, so that is the top 6. Wigman and Gurias are running on off there and just missing out the Eagles there on 9 points. So it was an aggregate score there. And then the rest of the team there, Lahanis, Iso, the Baris, and the Cutters. All right, due to the COVID-19 and the late start of the Digicel Cup, that is why they only played 11 rounds and going into the finals now. That's it. That's it for the Digicel Cup and the NRL. All the scorelines, you are now up to date for it.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll go for a break now. And on the other side, Matthew Church will be joining us on Zoom. Stay with us.
All right, welcome back. You're watching Sports Scene Rugby League time. The SP Hunters, the SP PNG Hunters, down in on the Sunshine Coast, in a lockdown at the moment. But hopefully we're going to have some games very shortly. And as usual, we're talking to Matthew Church, the coach, our head coach of the SP PNG Hunters, joining us via Zoom. Coach, thank you again for joining us on Sports Scene.
Lawrence, once again, thanks for having me on Sports Scene.
3 weeks, no games. Are we going to get some games this weekend?
Unfortunately, we're not going to get any games this weekend. The restrictions are still in place. They haven't been lifted, so therefore round 18 will not go ahead. It'll be cancelled. We're expecting the case numbers in Queensland have been really good, but we're expecting the restrictions to lift this weekend, which means we can proceed next week with round 19, round 16, then round 17 will then happen after that, and then finals.
You did say that. Sorry about that. You said that it'll be lifted this weekend, and hopefully on the 29th, round 19 will start.
Yeah. So hopefully that should all go ahead. But as I said, the case numbers are looking good at the moment, and that all goes the way that we would like, and we can all get back to doing what we love doing, and that's playing footy.
So pretty much what's going to happen now, just looking ahead, the NRL will finish and the Intrstust Cup will go on for nearly another month?
Yeah, so what's going to happen is, so they've only extended by 2 weeks our competition, so to fit round 16 and 17 in, because they were single rounds, as in every team hasn't played that team yet this year, so we needed them to go ahead just for the fair and evenness of the competition.
Sure.
So it'll be extended out for two weeks, which means the Intrstust Super Cup Grand Final will be a week after the NRL Grand Final, essentially.
Okay, I see. So you're not going to be too far away from it. So, how's the boys? I got to ask. All the sort of niggling injuries. You guys are already in your bubble, so you're able to still train as a group, or do you stick to the COVID restrictions of only 2 to 3 training at a time?
We can train in a little bit bigger groups. We can train in up to groups of 10. So we sort of basically split our group in half, and we have guys that are recovering from injury all sort of train in their group as well. So the main group trains basically in half. We're lucky enough that because we are a facility, we can use that facility. If we had been on council land, that would have been a so I think all the other teams aren't training at all that are in those affected areas. So so it is a bit of an advantage that we get to continue to play, or not play, but train as a group, and hopefully, we can hit the ground running next weekend when everything's lifted.
Our winger, he started off really well in the first part of the season. Yes, Gutono. How's he going?
Yeah, so he's he did a hamstring injury in that Cutters game. Looking likely that it was going to keep him out for a number of weeks. It was a grade 2 hamstring tear. So he did train the other day, and whether it was just fatigue and the muscle, I'm not quite sure. We need to have him checked out, but most likely he won't be right for round 19. But we're looking to hopefully get him back for round 16 and 17.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Coach, listen, thanks very much again for chatting with us. And, do stay safe down there. Pass our regards to the boys.
Will do. Thanks, Lawrence.
All right, there we go. Matthew Church, head coach of the SP PNG Hunters, will take a short time out now. We'll be back with more on Sports Scene. All right, welcome back. You are watching Sports Scene. It is time now to talk football. And it's the Kumul Petroleum National Soccer League 2021 season. It's up and running. With us in the studio this evening is NSL Competitions Director. Did I get that right, Roosje?
No, it's PNGFA.
PNGFA. So not just the NSL,
no,
but all other competitions under the PNGFA.
PNGFA sanctioned competitions.
Awesome.
Yes.
Well, good to have you on the show tonight. How are you? How's things?
I'm fine, thank you, and thank you for having me here on Sports Scenes tonight.
No worries. All right. Well, 5 rounds in of the Kumul Petroleum National Soccer League here in Port Moresby, the Southern Conference, and in the Northern Conference. How's it been so far?
So far, so good. We have some challenges there. We have had 4 rounds already. This weekend will be round 5 of the competition, both here in Port Moresby and in Lae. Yeah, so. Okay,
just on the teams, have you gone across to Lae and had a look to see how the competition's there, or you've just caught it on your live stream there? Who are your teams you think that are sort of starting to separate from the main pack?
For Port Moresby, it's of course Hekari United. But Gulf Komara is also doing very well.
Gulf.
They've won all the games so far. They are yet to play Hekari. And that will then be the decider for the Southern Conference in terms of who will be first and who will be second.
Okay, and the Northern Conference.
And for the Northern Conference, we all expected, Lae City FC is doing very well, scoring a lot of goals as well, showing the domination in terms of football in Lae. Yeah,
just looking at the draws here, big game in Lae at St. Ignatius Kalagi Stadium, 3 p.m. Tusbab Stallions FC versus Lae City FC. I think that's going to be a ripper of a game. What do you think?
Yes, and I think that is the reason why we decided to slot that game as the main game for the 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Tusbab did very well last season, and so we expect them to be putting some challenges for the other teams. So far, they have not done so well, but when you play the top team, you always improve. So we're expecting a good game from that particular match.
And for Port Moresby, the Southern Conference, very quickly, Palm Strikers FC versus Southern Youth FC. That should be an interesting game, I think.
Yes, it is.
Both are sort of thereabouts, still sort of trying to get their way into the season.
Palm Strikers, both teams have won 2 games so far. So they'll be looking at winning this game, so it's going to be tough here.
So and then Tavur FC versus Gulf Komara. But just on the last one there, Central Dabari FC versus Hekari. This is a tricky one for Hekari, I think.
Yes, and I think Hakari does not normally take their games lightly, so they are always prepared in terms of who they're playing. So
yeah, no, I guess so. And the bye for it, Star Mountain FC. And very quickly for the Northern Conference, Sipic FC versus Northern Youth FC, Lay City Dwellers versus Morabel United FC, and as we said, Tusabab Stallion versus Lay City FC. On bye, FC Morabel Wawems. Now, still no crowds at the games?
Still no crowds at the game. We've just recently, I think on Monday afternoon, we've submitted our submission for the crowds to be allowed back. But like every other sport, we just have to wait for the Deputy Controller's approval before we can inform the public that we will have crowds.
I mean, look, you know, let's not deny the fact COVID is here. Well, the Delta strain as well. We need to adhere by the what's been governed by the government of the day. And look, we respect that. But I'm sure crowds from Lay, Medane, and all around Port Moresby as well are really sort of looking forward to coming and watching the game.
Yes, that's definitely true. But then again, we can only go and ask for approval if we, PNGFA, are ready and the requirements that are to be met are met before we can go to the Deputy Controller's office.
No, absolutely. I'm totally in agreement there. All right, to end it off very quickly, the format. We spoke about this earlier on when you first came on, but very quickly, Southern and Northern, they play each other twice and then go into some finals?
Yes, we have the Conference League, like I said. So for the Southern will play a home and an away game. We're now into round 5. They're as good as 2 more after this weekend. 2 more rounds to go for the first round in stage 1. The same with Lay. After that, then we go to stage 2 of the competition, where the first 4 teams will play each other.
The first 4 teams, huh? Okay, so all right. So, I mean, 6 teams, there's still, if you come 4th, you still have a pretty good chance to make it in, huh?
Yes, so. In a way you have,
Okay, look, I'll leave it there. Oh, of course, there was media reports of your live broadcast and all of that, and we're eagerly waiting. What's the news on that?
Okay, so far we have had a lot of challenges in terms of live streaming.
Yeah, sure.
And so we're trying to improve on that, and we've taken measures, and we're even looking at outsourcing live streaming of our games. But that again has to go through all the necessary processes that we have in place. So no worries. But I mean, look, you're trying your best. The games are on, and we encourage our supporters to stay home and watch the games there, or on your phone, wherever you are. You can watch it. You know what? I gotta say, when I want to catch the Gulf Kumara play, I get the B Mobile SMS text that comes in to make sure you get on this link, and that's how I watch. Yeah, thanks to B Mobile being our communication partner for this season. They're helping us in terms of all that as well. So, I'll want to take this opportunity to thank B Mobile first and foremost, the Kumul Petroleum Limited, for being there for the National Soccer League and for PNGFA.
Very good, and very well said there. Well, Roosje, is there anything else you want to say? Otherwise, I'll have to wrap things up. Anything, please, by all means. You've got the audience at your feet now.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lahari, for that. Nothing much really for me to say, but a lot has been reported in terms of our preparedness for the spectators allowance and the live streaming. And these are challenges, some of which we cannot really handle from our side because of the coverage or all this and that. And we just want the spectators or the public to know that we're doing everything we can do in our power to improve each and every round we come across any issues here. So thank you so much for having me on this program for tonight. And
no worries. I mean, again, a job well done so far. I'm sure there's a whole heap of challenges there, but on behalf of all of us here, we just want to also extend our good luck to the teams playing, and of course yourself as the comp director of PNGFA to do what you do best, and we know we're going to have another really good KPHL National Soccer League 2021.
Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, Kumul Petroleum is also looking forward to another good weekend of soccer, and so are the public as well. Thank you for having me here.
No worries. All right, well, there you go. A good update of the Kumul Petroleum National Soccer League 2021. We'll take a short time out now, and we'll be back with more right here on Sports Scene.
Welcome back. You're watching Sports Scene. Unfortunately, last segment here on the show tonight. We have a video from netball. Yeah. There was supposed to be a competition yesterday that did not eventuate. So if we can have our operator roll it on screen, and Lawrence can just brief us on what's happening here.
Yeah. So basically, there was some miscommunication between the PNG Netball Federation and the Port Moresby Netball Association with the venue management team.
That's Sir John Guise.
At Sir John Guise. Yeah. So every Wednesday night, netball plays at the Sir John Guise Stadium. Because of the COVID-19 protocols, you can't allow spectators in. Yeah. It's a tricky one because you've got netball and the girls playing, and with all the media reports, it's just not safe for girls to. So basically, what's been told is you only drop the girls off, and then you come back and pick them up again. Like they'll go play and then you come back and pick them up again. And some of the parents there, and rightly so, they're like, we can't just leave my girl there.
Exactly, exactly.
And so and there's me with my son there. But so it was look, there's no crowds that are allowed in, which is fair enough. But then everyone's waiting outside, which then saying like, well, everyone's outside, they're not in, so. Look, I just hope that between both the netball gets sorted out. I mean, in Port Moresby, they haven't played for 2 years. Yeah. I mean, so we just need to get some common sense going, and hopefully netball can restart again. Yeah.
Manage all of this better, so we get this sport going. It's been off for so long. Yeah. It's been off for so long, and we do have events coming up. That
and I mean, you saw the young girls. They're just sitting there. Yeah. Unfortunately, they were not able to play last night, but hopefully they'll sort it out and get back to it.
Yeah, of course. Yes, so speaking of playing, we have games happening this weekend. Of course, NRL, let's get on with the preview.
Yep, so just a couple more games left of the NRL. Let's have a look at the draws for tonight. Titans versus the Storm. Justin Olam's not playing. Craig Bellamy said, no, you rest. You can play next week. Raiders versus the Sea Eagles, and the Panthers v Rabbitohs. That's a massive game. On Friday night there. On Saturday, Tigers v Sharks, Bulldogs versus the Knights, and Parramatta. They've got to win this one to stay in the top 8 against the Cowboys. And then on Sunday, these games, I think Broncos were playing somewhere here. Dragons, Roosters, and there we are. Brisbane Broncos to win against the New Zealand Warriors. Fingers crossed, everything crossed.
Beating the Dragons.
And Roosters should beat the Dragons. So that's your weekend preview of the NRL. Didn't he?
Yeah, look, I just want to say, Melbourne Storm's page, my countrymen, my dear countrymen, the comments that you leave there, you need to stop.
Can you imagine the admins, page?
I know.
They're like, hey, Justin, can you see this? Look,
and then some are like so passionate, and they're just expressing themselves that they end up like saying things in top pissing, and I'm like, do you realize that these people do not know what you're saying?
And then it just like within Papua New Guinea, I'm go viral penis.
Exactly.
Screenshot, bang, bang, bang. It's all over.
It's too entertaining. Anyway, that's about it from us tonight here on Sports Scene. Look, if you have an historic tip or comments, please call us on 312-9229, or you can email us at sports@emtv.com.pg, or you can message us on our Facebook page. That's the Sports Scene Facebook page, and leave your story tip or your short story plus some pictures and your full name, and of course an email address. So if we need anything else, we will get back to you on your email address, even your phone number as well. So that's about it for tonight. Until next week, it's bye for now.
Good night.
Good night.